Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to another video. So this is another Krymson Reigns custom figure. It's based off the other Krymson Reign, well, my Krymson Reign character that I created. This is just more of re-imaging, kind of like how the Jedi version I did. I wanted to do one just that had guns, swords, stuff like that, because I like all that kind of stuff. But do more of a soldier type version of them. Plus, I had some extra things from another custom I was doing, and I just had fun kind of just to add them to this. It took me a little while getting this one done because since I did have some leftover things, there were other parts I had to order, mainly like the pants, and then reordering them to actually get them the right size. Because I'm finding out that 112 figures are not all equal. It's 112 scale. They're various size, even for this, because this is a V Toys Zero Black body that I use for it, which is much bigger than a lot of the other 112 figures. So buying clothing and items from one scale did not quite translate over well to this one. So the head for this one is a Anthony Mackie head that I got off eBay. I like that head sculpt because it's easy for me to just shave the hair off of it. The look of it is really close to the drawing that I did years ago. Actually, even when I redone. So it's easy for me to kind of make this look like the Krymson Reign character I created. So shaved the hair off, added the beard using epoxy. I really like using epoxy. I started off using Milli Putty, but Milli Putty dries very brittle. This is, even though this dries hard, it's a different texture. It doesn't break very easily. Milli Putty, I had to worry about it. Sometimes it breaks on its own, and if it failed, it was going to shatter. With this one, it pretty much holds its own shape, and I don't have to worry about that as much. The harness is from Deadpool. It's a Mezco Deadpool. The harness, most of the belt, and the back of the boots. Now all this section here and on the front, even some in between, and then more in the only boots, all that is from is sculpt from the epoxy. Because I wanted to have that look that I have, with most of my Krymson Reigns characters. The front of this is from Hasbro Destro. So I hollowed it out, cut them off the front of Zartan, that's what it was. Cut off the front of Zartan and hollowed it out, and stuck this on the front side, stuck Deadpool's on the back, and then used my putty to, my epoxy to kind of hold it together. Because this is actually epoxy too, this part down in the front. So the knee pads are from, I cannot remember the name of the company. I think it was Crazy Toys, something like that. It's the figures from Black Hawk Down. So I took those knee pads, just repainted them. The gun holsters are from that Mezco Deadpool. One of the things I think is cool about the Mezco Deadpool is that you can actually take these the grenade launcher ammo. You can actually take them out of here. I'm not going to do it because it's kind of annoying trying to put it back in there. And then the belt is kind of pieced back together because the belt does not actually go all the way around, so I had to use different parts to kind of get it on there like that. But yeah, I really like how this came out. The gloves are from Deadpool as well. I also did use the gloves for the clothes hand, mainly because if I want to have him just with the swords, I didn't want to use the same hands as the guns. Plus, I'm not sure if they would fit either way. Anyways, but repainted another set of hands. I got these guns, if I can get them up here. I got these off a guy from eBay. And I actually got these in a couple of revolvers. The revolver, I think, and a rifle. That's for the revolver and the rifle are from what's that from? I'm gonna use that for my next custom. That's what I'm trying to say. But they work perfect for this character. I was gonna use Deadpool's actual guns, but they were a little too small for this character. because he's a little bit bigger than Mezco, and just the way I drew, no, well, not drew his guns per se, but for some of these characters, they were, I need the guns to be a little bit bigger. Which also, before I show these swords, because the guns are bigger, I actually had to kind of modify the gun holsters. So I cut them here and added a slide in the front. So that way I can actually slide the guns down in there. Because this is a tight fit otherwise, since they're not the guns that actually come with it. Let's see what else. Let me get these swords back up here. So the swords are just hit them with these are Deadpool's swords. They hit them with a quick repaint because I wanted the metal to look a lot like the armor for them Krymson Reign characters. Because their armor they use, it's more like a reddish black armor. Most of the characters, well, not most of the characters, but the actual Krymson Reign character that I created, he has a bio armor, so he wouldn't necessarily use these type of swords anyways, and he can make more of like energy swords if he needs them. But in this re-imaging, this is more of him being able to, if he wasn't able to make the bio armor, so he would still use the same type of armor for his weapons. Keep that from shaking. He would still use that for his weapons, and same for like his armor that he does have in various places. I took this from a NECA, what is that? NECA Predator. So that's where that comes from. And like most Krymson, even though this was not one I've drawn already, when I make things, create things, I do a whole backstory in my head. I'm not going to go into the whole backstory here, but most like all Krymson, even when they're not able to make their bio armor or have it, because all of them can't do that. They still have enhanced strength, speed, things like that. All their natural attributes are enhanced. So, he would still have that. He's very skilled fighter, hand-to-hand weapons, all that good stuff. Let's see. What's next? It was another character. So I'm going to do a size comparison. So first I want to show him against the Marvel Legends Falcon, Captain America Falcon. I'm hitting, knocking everything over. And I mean, as you see, he's a little bit bigger than Falcon, which still isn't bad. I mean, all the characters aren't going to be the same size, so that still kind of works for me within size. Next is the BMS Kingdom Come Superman. This is a custom Superman that I did. Well, I mean, as far as the head is custom. Got the head off eBay. It's an unpainted head sculpt, so I painted it. I really like having the Brandon Routh version that he got to do on Legends of Tomorrow, so I thought that was really cool being able to add that to my collection, because they don't make a Brandon Routh figure, not in 1/12 scale. I think I've seen one from Hot Toys, but never seen one in 1/12 scale, so decided to make my own. So let me move Falcon out of the way. And this is a Mezco blade. So this is my custom blade too, to make them, more movie accurate. One of the things I like about this, this is the latest thing I did, because this has been working on in pieces. Is I swapped out the leather pants that came with Mezco and gave him cloth pants. And cloth pants that actually covered the boots. That was a big thing for me. I really like these cover the boots. So I thought that was cool. I need to glue this down. I don't like how it sticks up. But anyways, so this is one of my favorite figures, this blade that I've purchased and customized. Actually, it's one of my first customizations when I wanted to start getting into it. So this was kind of like a piece that's been evolving over about a year. Kind of realized I wanted to add extra pieces or whatever to make him more movie accurate. So, but yeah, so I think he scales really well with a couple of different lines. Even though he's quite a bit bigger than Marvel Legends, he still scales pretty well with them. I think he is too big to put in here with Mezco or SH Figure Arts, but I have quite a bit of I said Mezco, Mafex or SH Figure Arts, but I have quite a bit of Mezco figures, and now that I'm doing a lot of these custom figures, this actually works perfectly for me. My next video that I'll be working on is my Red Dead Online figure. Well, not my next video. That's the next custom that I'm working on, is my Red Dead Online figure. So I'm really excited about that. I'm a big Western fan, so I can't wait to be able to show that off. I just got my last couple of pieces in from that. Been waiting a while for those stuff to come in. They had things on pre-order, so I can put that together. But that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother video, so I'm not gonna get too much into that. But I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, hit like, subscribe, share it, check on the next video.
Hey, Krymson, run it up.